Have you ever felt fear quietly shape your life? Not the loud kind of fear, but the silent kind. The fear that makes you stop. The fear that makes you wait. The fear that whispers, not yet, maybe tomorrow. This is the story of a young man named Elias. Elias lived in a small stone village. The village sat near a great European forest. The houses were old, the roads were narrow. Everyone knew each other. From the outside, Elias looked calm. He worked hard. He helped others. He smiled when people spoke to him. But inside, Elias was trapped. He feared making mistakes. He feared disappointing people. He feared trying and failing. When new chances came, new work, new paths, new ideas, Elias stepped back. Others moved forward. Elias stayed behind. At night, he lay awake. Regret sat beside him like a silent shadow. One cold evening, after another quiet day, Elias met an old traveler. The traveler spoke of a man, a hermit, a wise man. He lived deep in the forest. People said he did not teach with words only. He taught with truth. That night, Elias made a choice. Before sunrise, he packed a small bag. He wrapped himself in a cloak, and he walked toward the forest. He did not know what he would find. He only knew one thing. He could not live in fear anymore. At first, the forest was quiet. Then it grew darker. The trees stood tall like silent watchers. The wind whispered through the branches. With every step, fear grew inside Elias. What if I get lost? What if this is a mistake? What if I turn back now? But Elias kept walking. Deep in the forest, he reached a clearing. There stood a small stone cottage, old, worn by time. Outside, an old man sat beside a fire. His hair was white, his posture was calm. His eyes were sharp but kind. Elias bowed his head. "Sir," he said, "fear controls my life. I want to be free." The old man looked into the fire. Then he looked at Elias. "You do not need to be free from fear," he said softly. "You must learn to walk with it." That night, the old man led Elias to an old stone tower. It stood on the edge of a cliff. Inside were wooden stairs, old, cracked. The wind howled through broken windows. "Climb to the top," the old man said. Elias froze. What if the stairs break? What if I fall? But slowly, one step at a time, he climbed. His hands shook. His breath was heavy, but the stairs held. At the top, Elias rang the bell. The sound rolled through the forest. When he came down, the old man said, "Fear spoke first, but action showed the truth. Fear is loud, but it is not always right." Back at the cottage, the old man placed a heavy iron chest in front of Elias. "Open it," he said. Elias hesitated. What if something dangerous is inside? Slowly he unlocked it. Inside were old letters. Stories of failure, stories of regret, stories of mistakes. The old man said, "Many fears are not yours. They are stories left by others." Elias felt lighter. Before dawn, they walked to a narrow forest path. At the end of the path, a tall figure stood still. Elias felt cold. "Walk toward it," the old man said. Every part of Elias wanted to run, but he walked, step by step. When he reached the figure, he understood. It was only a coat, hanging from a broken branch. Elias laughed, not from fear, but from understanding. The old man said, "Fear grows when you stay far. When you move closer, it becomes small." When the sun rose, Elias felt changed. Fear was still there, but it no longer ruled him. The old man spoke one final truth. Fear is not a wall, it is a door. And behind it is the life you were meant to live. That morning, Elias left the forest. He still felt fear. But now, he walked forward anyway. Now let me ask you, what fear stands in front of you? Fear of failure? Fear of rejection? Fear of starting? Remember this story. Fear is not the end. It is the beginning. Walk toward it, and you will find the courage that was always inside you. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs courage, because sometimes one story is enough to change a life.